Last time on Sister Cities.
Austin and Xishuangbanna.
I really love spending time outside in the morning and just kind of forgetting about like everything that I might be worrying about.
This is absolutely incredible.
Wow, it is so simple but packed full of flavor.
Oh yeah.
If you look at his wing, it's basically analogous to our hand.
哎，你好，打个招呼啊！
哎，妞，你不能踩它啊！过去，过去。哟。
To me, like food, same like a music. Good music never have a country. Good taste will have no country too.
It's so good.
Austin and Xishuangbanna are both growing fast, and so are their restaurant scenes. While Chef Ling is introducing Texas to her unique style of Chinese cooking, an American chef from Kansas is serving up American classics. I have to say, it's quite surprising in such a setting to see such a Western menu. You know, you've got pizzas, burgers, steaks.
Most of the stuff that we put on there was stuff that I missed from back home that we weren't able to get here in China.
How has the community welcomed you?
They have been great. I mean, most of our customers, probably 99% of our customers are people that live here.
What would they usually order? Should I follow their advice?
Yeah, the steak is really popular.
These burgers look good too. Wow, you've got one here called the Insane Burger. 3 beef patties.
You get some foodies that like will just come to eat something that's huge. So.
Yep, I'm on that list. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, that's nice.
It smells amazing. Sam and his family moved to Xishuangbanna 8 years ago, and the restaurant was quickly embraced by the city. But not just for the burgers. I just think it's so cool that you've come here and opened a restaurant here where there really aren't other Western restaurants and giving locals this very authentic American experience. But I guess also in return, they're sharing their culture with you. I heard over 20 of China's ethnic minorities, of China's 56 ethnic minorities can be represented here. So I think that really influences the region and makes it what it is.
Yeah, it's made it easier too because Chinese is the second language for most of the people here. So they're very forgiving when I butcher the Chinese.
One thing I love about this area is that because of all the different ethnic groups, people also are allowed to just be who they are. Each culture really wants to share their culture with the others.
If we ever leave, it's going to be hard to leave because I feel like we're leaving our second family now.
Okay, so let's see. How do I go about eating this? Do you have any recommendations?
You're first going to remove the knife.
Okay.
You might need to squeeze it down to fit it in your mouth.
Yep. And
I can get some gloves for you too if it's messy.
Sam, I'm Australian. We don't do gloves there. We're just gonna pick this up with our hands. And wow, this is a big burger. Definitely the biggest burger I have ordered. I'm not sure if there is an elegant way of eating this. I'm just gonna face first. Bon appetit. Oh wow, it's very good. It's very, very good. Wow, what a burger. I think it's time for you to turn off the camera. I really want to get into this now. Bye-bye for now.
Cowboy boots are uniquely American. It's a combination of the Mexican culture and then the Europeans that came here and brought their old world shoemaking. And that's really how the cowboy boot became what it is.
Lee Miller is an artist and a keeper of secrets. He's a world-class boot maker who crafts one of America's most iconic fashion statements, the cowboy boot.
You can't help but think of the people that these all represent. Every person had a story. Everybody came here and left here with something that we made. This is sculpture. That's the way I view it.
How many pairs of boots do you think you've made?
I think I've made about 5,000 pair.
Wow.
The old way, you know. So that's not a lot for modern makers, but for what we do, it's a lot.
Lee moved to Austin almost half a century ago to apprentice with legendary bootmaker Charlie Dunn. All these years later, he's found his own voice inspired by the echoes of the past.
So these are just some representations of cowboy boots from the early days. And this is an example of some Charlie Dunn boots.
Oh, this is a Charlie original.
Yeah, this has something that a computer can't do. There's a spark of a human in this. And that was Charlie.
So these aren't just boots, they really do offer up a different story.
Yeah, this is really art that fits your feet like nothing else will fit. But yet you can make a statement. Anything that you like, it doesn't matter. It's just whatever you think would look beautiful. Nowadays, everything is just from some unknown place. Nothing is made for you anymore. And so this is a combination of the art and the craft, and it's something that I love. And so when people come here, I think that's what they're looking for.
Lee's art is timeless, but his craft must also be passed on to others who share his passion. Charlotte Marshall is an apprentice to Lee, just like Lee was to Charlie Dunn. And now she's taken on the sacred responsibility of sewing the signature pinched rose that Charlie taught Lee decades ago.
This is the Charlie Dunn pinched rose, and it's kind of like a shop trademark that he taught to Lee, and then Lee taught to me after I was working here for about 3 years.
Wow.
So everything that you see here is inlaid leather. We don't paint anything. So the 3D rose is actually us manipulating the leather to get that really nice rose
Texture.
Yeah, texture, yeah.
They're beautiful.
It makes me feel really good. You want to do something that matters, and this is what I do that matters. Artists around the world that work with their hands, preserving a craft and a tradition, we're all linked. What I'm doing here is not much different than somebody else in another part of the world preserving something that might disappear if we let it. We've made boots for a lot of different people, but they all have one thing in common. They want a good pair of boots. And that's our job. That's what we love to do.
In Austin and Xishuangbanna, the past is still embraced as part of daily life. These are the Hani people. It's believed they came down from the Tibetan plateau to the area around Xishuangbanna over 1,400 years ago. Mrs. Lee is a master of Hani embroidery. Today, she teaches this intricate tradition as a way to connect with her ancestors.
从小就爱，汉尼族女人就不会绣了，就嫁不出去，自己的家就要自己绣，所以呢，就从小就要学会。因为我们是这个刺绣，就真的是衣服上的一个图腾一样，因为它是代表了我们汉尼族的刺绣的这个，不单是美，汉尼族的智慧，聪明才智，所以呢就比较特别。 每一个图案都有历史和故事，因为汉尼族没有维持的民族，有刺绣传承下来的民族文化。我呢，这个23年里面培训了3万2万，我有3万多学生。
3万多学生？
对。
我可以学一点吗？
来，我教你。
Okay, I'm gonna learn me some embroidery.
这个就第一个就是卢色，
卢色 ，OK，
卢色，
挑绣在这个位置吗？
对，挑出来。
Let's see if it actually will become across.
哎呦，
Hey，
很好。
Look, it's definitely not perfect, but she's being very encouraging, which I appreciate. 那这个很吸引我，这个是帽子是吧？
对，这个是头饰。
你可以
帽子，
介绍一下。
帽子是帽子，头饰是头饰。 帽子是小孩的帽子，然后到了18岁、19岁是头饰，
很重。
来，你试试。
This headdress is for a local young woman soon to be married. It took Mrs. Lee a year to create.
Oh, 对，漂亮。
Hani women wear 8 headdresses at different stages of their lives, from childhood to marriage to motherhood and older years.
你一天戴它会不会累？因为它有一点重。
以前是全部的椅子最重的，现在累。
哦，然后还要加东西是吧？
这个刺绣这么漂亮，然后这个是刺绣里面的一种花，这个叫包包，这个叫吉祥花，吉祥如意。
I don't think you could call this an outfit. This is an art piece. It's stunning. 这么好看
太漂亮了！
谢谢。
嫁给爱你帅哥好。
好的，好的，听您的，听您的。
那谢谢你让我试试，我很荣幸的。
I want to see how I look actually. 我看一下。Wow, it's gorgeous.
来，我们两个照一张。
好。1、2、3。
哎呦，太美了！
谢谢，谢谢李老师。怎么样？觉得怎么样？谢谢。
对不对？
我真的很喜欢你们的服装，特别美。我真的很荣幸能够今天穿，我真的很荣幸。谢谢你们，谢谢。
没有服饰，就没有汉尼族的文化；没有刺绣，就没有汉尼族的传下去的这个没有意义了。所以呢，把我们的民族的东西要一代一代的传承下去，然后再要挖掘它、传承它、保护它。
那你已经刺绣了多少年了？
才1年。
才1年，你喜欢吗？那你这个服装最喜欢的部分是哪一部分？
裙子。
裙子？为什么？
因为这个比较好看。
我也觉得。你不是跟我说这是你妈妈做的是吧？然后能够穿妈妈做的衣服是什么感觉？
好温暖。
哦，太 sweet。
他现在到处都有这些学生，因为传习所的传承技艺，每一样东西都是要传承，比如说他们刺绣传承啊，工作也是，爱好也是，民族的文化不爱好就传承不下去。
In Xishuangbanna, embroidery tells a people's story.
And in Austin, the people have their own story to tell. This city is deeply connected to Mexico and Mexican culture. One way they keep it alive is to dance. This is Ballet Folklorico, a swirling celebration of Mexico's rich tradition of dance. I heard that if you want an introduction to Ballet Folklorico, you are the guy to see, Chewy.
There you go, thank you.
Very modest, I love it.
Thank you. What you see today is only one region from Mexico. Each state has a different music, different costume, or different tradition. I always wanted to bring Mexico to Texas, through the culture, to the music, to the traditions, and to the dance.
So what type of style are we getting here in Austin?
What you're gonna see today is a traditional dance from Jalisco.
I can tell you're very passionate about this art
I am very
form.
passionate, yes.
This is beautiful and it looks beautiful on you.
Oh, thank you.
How does it feel wearing it?
I love wearing it. I love being able to promote the Hispanic culture. When you move your skirt, you're communicating with the audience. So when you have soft skirts, you're like, oh, I'm in love. And then you have fat songs where you're like, okay, we're choppy right now. Every time we're dancing, we're telling a story and we learn lots of different stories to tell.
Sí, señor. Jalisco.
Around the world, every dance tells a story. In Xishuangbanna, the Dai people share the same passion as Ballet Folklorico to keep their ancient traditions alive. These are elephant drum dances, an ancient tradition that is still popular in Dai culture. Today, only 4 people in the region still know how to build these drums.
那为什么要教象脚鼓呢？
象脚鼓是一个我们傣族的很多年前，1000多年前，这个是我们传统的乐器嘛，很多年前老人都是这样传下来。他们就说，哎呀，我们西双版纳傣族男人的跟大象一样强壮，你呢就跟孔雀一样美丽嘛。孔雀舞跟象脚鼓舞跟傣族的男性的舞蹈啊，显著嘛。
Just like Chewy back in Austin, Mr. Bo has dedicated his life to preserving and performing the cultural traditions of his people.
我7岁8岁就学傣族武术，我13岁就开始打鼓了。后面我15岁就编舞蹈，后面17岁就开始教徒弟了。你想示范一下象脚鼓舞吗？
特别
想写一下是吧？
You cannot go today without learning some of the steps.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do
start
it.
with the
Okay.
basics first.
Okay, of course. Let's do it.
I have a feeling that I'm gonna have a lot of flow in this.
Well, yes, you are.
Okay. This is a grand entrance.
I mean, that's the way to do it. Okay, very good.
I don't think I want to make any other entrance than with this skirt on. This is beautiful.
Whether you're in Austin or Xishuangbanna, it's all about the rhythm.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、3、
Go.
2、
1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3.
3、4、5、6、7、8，哎，还可以。1、2、3、4、5、6、2、3、4。
And when things get more complex, it's all about keeping up.
Right, left, right, and left. There you go, that's it.
And is it normal to keep a permanent smile on my face while I do it? Okay.
Definitely,
Okay.
yes.
睡！哎呀，太棒了！
That was really cool.
Being from Mexico and being in the United States, it's your responsibility or your duty to bring that culture here. It's your tradition and you want it to be represented well.
Austin and Xishuangbanna cherish their traditions.
And their teachers are inspiring a new generation to embrace the stories of their past.
我又喜欢教学生，又喜欢把我们的这个传统文化，传给更多的年轻人，给年轻人来为我们守护这个文化，传得更多年，发扬更大。
In China and America, our day is drawing to a close.
Giving us one last chance to celebrate these two amazing cities.
This looks amazing.
Iced tea as well.
Do your peas. These are
the
your
black
peas.
eyed peas that I want you to try right there. Those are vegetarian, these are not.
I've been invited to a table of local chefs, scholars, and food entrepreneurs, all passionate about how food builds community and breathes life into a city.
I will say in the best Texas tea possible, cheers. Cheers. Welcome to the Cook's Nook. Chin, 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 chin. Chin,
Cheers. So pleased to be here with you all.
Today's feast is a celebration of Austin and its history. Classic Texas barbecued beef ribs and sausages. From Mexico, shredded pork called barbacoa and tortillas. And from the American South, black-eyed peas and roasted Gulf redfish.
This coming together of cultures, that's really a part of the fabric of Austin's identity.
I mean, food it's a gift. Look at the tortilla on your plate. Right? I mean, this place used to be Mexico, and look at the signature dish of Austin. If you had to pick one thing, breakfast taco kind of is more Austin than, say, anything else. It's sort of the concentrated flavors of the city and of all its history kind of distilled into one soggy mess, and I love it.
How has food allowed you to connect with other cultures outside of your own?
I can picture in my head so many times that a person has given me something that they've prepared. It's like an instant connection with them to get to really look into someone's eyes and see that pride and then get to share that meal.
And so in that way, food allows everybody to come to the table and bring the best of what represents them to the table.
The reason I started my career as a professional cook is because I wanted to make food for the people that I cared about.
来这边坐，来坐这，谢谢，欢迎欢迎，老爹坐这里，老妈，来，我们的朋友们、家人们，欢迎回家，坐下来。这是我们傣家的孔雀宴。
The Dai people have lived here for over 2,000 years. And tonight, this Dai family has invited me to dinner. And I brought along some of the people who shared their stories with me of life in Xishuangbanna.
我的新朋友欢迎来到我们家，我们一起来享用傣家的美食。
Wow, it kind of just hit me just how much cultural exchange is happening at this table.
这是傣家的盛宴啊，有我们芭蕉花蒸肉，就是用芭蕉叶和芭蕉花烹制而成的。这是香草豆腐包肉，还有我们香茅炒排骨。我们这一桌的话呢，已经聚集了我们最特色的烤的，还有蒸的。 还有炒的，还有煎的。
Yudan and her family own a traditional Dai restaurant and performance space. They call it the Yudan Commune, and its mission is to celebrate our shared histories and make new connections. On my left here, we have a family that is sharing Dai culture with China and the world. On my right here, I have a couple that's sharing American culture with China. What a better way than doing that through food? The best thing to bring everyone together. So let's have a toast.
来，我们一起来干杯，欢迎我们相聚，刀光。岁岁岁岁岁岁。
Cheers. Wow. 那你们在这里是每天都能够分享你的文化，给你什么样的感受呢？
看到大家吃得很开心，就是一种幸福。相聚在一起，这是缘分。 也是我们在这里一起共享美好时光的开始。
We love the local food. I mean, and every time we eat it, it seems like there's a new dish we haven't tried yet.
Yeah, I guess Xishuangbanna is the perfect place for cultural exchange.
Especially when you got lots of generations around the table. It's just a good way to meet families as well. So no better way to meet people than around food.
The food isn't just the food is the meal, and it's in these rich conversations that the food finds us.
To me, this is soul food for me, right? So me putting myself into this is giving a little bit of myself to y'all, right?
Every time.
Every time. And so you're gonna walk away, and the next time you have barbacoa, you're gonna remember sitting at this table having this wonderful conversation about liquid smoke. You know? So
that's where the joy comes from, when we're able to sit at the table and have these conversations with loved ones and friends and family.
You're sharing a piece of your identity with one another.
That's right. Well, it's really storytelling, right?
That's what it is.
It's storytelling.
Yeah, let me tell you about me and how I did this, because I came from this place, and maybe you'll like that and incorporate it into your life.
Well, And along that, if we talk about like being human and how do we build trust with each other, being at a table and sitting down and hearing stories of everyone's family allows us to connect with each other on a deeper level. And so food is a connector.
As dusk turns to darkness, Austin and Xishuangbanna have more stories to tell.
About how different cultures bring joy to everyone who calls the city home.
And gathering these histories feeds our souls.
Maybe that's the bond that connects us. Sharing pride in our cultures.
Breathing life into two worlds.
One in the Texas hills.
And one in the Chinese rainforest.
Thousands of miles apart.
But united
as sister cities.